There's something I have to tell you. It's very important. It has to do with my father. Why he died.
Theresa, I think I know what this is about. I mean, after the accident, you kept saying that it was your fault. I didn't understand it then, but I think I know now why you said it.
You know why I blame myself for my father's death?
I took a few psych classes in college. It's not uncommon for children, no matter how old they are, to blame themselves when a parent dies.
This is different.
No. Is it? I mean, I bet you keep telling yourself that if you could have looked up and seen your father before he crashed through the skylight at the restaurant, you could have done something to prevent it.
That is true,
You think that if you could have called out to your father in time to warn him that he'd be alive right now.
I know what he did was wrong, but he was still my father, and I'd give anything to do last night over again.
But you can't. Theresa, you have to accept that your father is gone now, and there's nothing you could have done to make things happen any other way. Your father is responsible for his death, not you, Theresa.
You don't understand. I asked fate to help me.
Theresa,
What is it, Mama?
something awful has happened. There's been a mix-up with your father's body.
What kind of mix-up?
Well, we can't bury him. His body has been released for cremation.
I'm sorry.
Don't be silly, Theresa. It's okay. What happened, Pilar?
Well, Luis called the hospital morgue, and they told him that Martin's body had been taken, that someone from a mortuary had come to pick it up.
Well, then we'll call the mortuary and tell them we want Mr. Fitzgerald's remains back.
That's not possible because the hospital has no record of who they released it to. They don't even know who signed the necessary papers. I mean, even as we speak, his body could be cremated.
Oh, my God. Even in death, Papa can't rest.
There's got to be something we can do.
Well, Luis and Sheridan are in there now, in the kitchen, trying to track down where the body is. I just hope they find it before it's too late.
I'll go and help.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I know, Teresa. We just have to hope that it all works out for the best.
Mama, when you came out, I was just about to tell Ethan that it was my love for him that caused Papa to die.
I told you, you are not to blame. And until we know for certain if that man really was your father.
What do you mean? Of course it was Papa. What aren't you telling me, Mama?
Teresa, I hadn't intended to tell you or Miguel until later, until after I had seen the body again. But there's a chance that that man who died wasn't really your father after all.
How could that be?
The reason I had asked Luis to call the morgue was because I asked him that I needed to see the body one more time before the funeral. I had to see if that man had a scar behind his ear, just like your father did.
So if the man who fell through the skylight doesn't have a scar behind his ear, Papa's still alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out.
If that's true, then my love for Ethan didn't kill Papa?
I would give anything to learn that the man who died is not your father. I would. But you can't pin your hopes on such a slim possibility. And it is certainly not a reason for you to continue your obsession with Ethan.
Did Luis and Sheridan find the body?
Oh, they're still looking.
Just pray that they find it before he's cremated.
I'm so sorry, Pilar. I mean, your family's been through so much, and now you have to deal with this mix-up. You know, if there's anything I can do, please let me know.
Thank you, Ethan, but I cannot think of what. If you'll excuse me.
You never finished what you started to tell me. Something about fate? Well, I have to go. But first, tell me what you were going to say about fate.
Fate. Right. What I was going to say is... fate's a funny thing. You know, one minute you think you figured out what's meant to be, and then whap, you know, everything flip-flops.
Yeah, I guess. You sure that's all you wanted to say?
There is one other thing. I know that Gwen wasn't happy about me being in your arms at midnight on New Year's Eve. I never meant to upset her.
Huh. Theresa, I know that. And if Gwen thinks about it, I'm sure she will too. I mean, you were in shock when you heard that it was your father who fell through the skylight at the restaurant. As I told your mother, if there's anything Gwen and I can do to help you and your family through this terrible time, please just let us know.
Thanks. If it turns out that my father isn't dead, I'm not gonna need any help. I'm gonna end up with Ethan just the way I was always supposed to.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
Much better. It's possible that the man who died wasn't my father after all.
You're kidding.
Do you know what this means, Whitney?
That your real father didn't do all these terrible things.
Yes, and that he could still be alive. And you know what else this means? I don't have to stop loving Ethan after all.
Backwards. You should take that as a warning not to risk everything you have just to get Ethan to fall in love with you.
Why not? Ethan and I are meant to be together. I can't fight destiny.
Ugh, and I can't fight the way your mind works. Maybe I'll get you some coffee, talk some sense into you.
Oh, look who's here, Ethan. Hi, Theresa.
Hi.
Theresa. So have you heard anything about your father from Luis and Sheridan?
No. I'm still waiting.
Ethan told me that the man who died may not be your father.
That's what we're hoping.
I can just imagine. I'm so sorry. This must be such a difficult time for you and your family.
It is.
Just know that our thoughts are with you, and we're here to help you any way we possibly can.
I really appreciate that.
I'm sure your boyfriend will be at the funeral, right?
Of course. If there is a funeral.
Hey, and if it turns out to be good news that the man isn't your father, let's all go out to dinner. I mean, one way or another, Ethan and I are gonna meet this great guy of